And I'm going to call the Administration Committee of the City of Menasha to order. Debbie Galiazzi, can you please take roll call?
Alderman Taylor. Here. Alderman Sevenick. Here. Alderman Collier.
Here.
Alderman Kruger.
Here.
Alderman Zielinski. Here. Alderman Grady.
Here.
Alderman Benner. Here. Alderman Nichols.
Here.
The first thing on the agenda tonight is the minutes to approve from the Administration Committee of 4/18/2017. Do I have a motion? Alderman Sevenick.
At this time, I'll move that we approve the minutes of the Administration Committee of 4/18.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor with an aye?
Aye.
Nays? The ayes have it. Moving on to discussion items. Number one is the agreement with Spielbauer Fireworks Corporation for the fireworks program on July 4th, 2017 and July 4th on 2018. Do I have a motion? Alderman Zielinski.
Yes, thank you. I move to approve the agreement with Spielbauer Fireworks Company, Inc. fireworks program for the July 4th, 2017 and July 4th, 2018.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second. Is there any discussion? Mayor Merkus, do you mind just explaining the differences?
So typically we enter into 2-year contracts with Spielbauer. That way it freezes the prices at the year that we start out with. We typically have 2 contracts, one for a base amount, and then we do fundraising. So you'll see in here that there's one contract for, is it 16.5 if I remember right? And then the second contract is for 3,500, which is typically the amount that we fundraise each year. But we don't want to be tied into that second contract if for some reason we would not get those funds. So, and then we also have another contract that was approved at the previous council for a 3-year agreement with Festival Foods. They will be donating $6,000 to our fireworks this year and $9,000 towards our fireworks the following year. And those are additions to these base programs so that each year those fireworks shows become a little bit more spectacular. What Patrick did this year was he increased the intensity of the show. So the additional money went into increased intensity. Some of the Santai shells were not available, so he replaced those with other brand names. Otherwise, the costs are about the same. The numbers of shells are more or less the same as they were in previous years.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Is there any other discussion or questions? Oh, Alderman Zielinski.
Thank you. As for concern, I guess this would be applicable to this. This question for Chief Steika. What are we going to do about the safety issues? I know we had a couple of problems last year with the fireworks. Is there anything we can do differently at the boat launch in the Paris there?
Not really sure that has to do with your item. Wanting me to answer that at this point? Does that have to do with the approval of the contract? I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, go ahead and answer it.
Okay. At the conclusion of with the issues that existed last year, we did have a meeting with Spielbauer and some other representatives, as well as representatives of the fire department. It sounds like they were going to probably utilize the boat launch in Smith Park for a lot of their loading. They may need to use Paris for, no? Apparently that changed?
No. Yes.
So we did have a special events meeting and Officer Halverson was there. And we did speak that they could fit all of their setup within the boat launch at Manitowoc Street. So they won't be closing the street this year. They will be wearing shirts that show that they are working for Spielbauer. They determined that using the Smith Park launch, if there are bad current and or to get the material onto the barge was much more difficult. So they asked if they had the street open, if that would be sufficient, and Brett seemed to think that would be fine. So.
There's the latest info.
Sorry, didn't want you to go too far.
Is there anything else, Alderman Zelensky?
Yes, usually after all the donations and whatnot, how much is usually the city on the line for with these fireworks shows? Just the amount, the 16,500? Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? No, we'll take a roll call vote on this.
Motion carried on roll call 8-0.
Next up is the postponement that we had for ordinance O-06-17, an ordinance amending Title 7, Chapter 8 of the Code of Ordinances, outdoor restaurant services. Alderman Taylor.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that I table this ordinance as read by you.
We have a motion to table. Do we have a second? Second. And we have a second. Motion is tabled. Oh, okay, let's take a roll call on it.
Motion carried on roll call 8-0.
Last item is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
There's no further business, Mr. Chairman. I move that we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? We have a second. All in favor? Nays? The ayes have it. We are adjourned.